Hello. I was going to talk for a minute about another mental health thing that I've been reading about. Uh, Borderline personality disorder, uh, narcissistic personality disorder. Uh, this is not a diagnosis, but codependency is a thing. And uh, like major depressive disorder, just for starters. Those things all like there's like a diagnosis, I guess, and the way that I understand it is like if you're diagnosed with a disorder, that's not just like traits that you uh, fall into. Uh, a disorder is something that is going to uh, be a factor for someone's entire life. Um, but many times we do, as people, stress and crisis and whatnot uh, will elicit behaviors that would fall into some of those categories. So just because somebody is depressed, just because somebody is like severely depressed, that doesn't necessarily mean that that is like major depressive disorder, because they could get some treatment and they could alleviate some of the symptoms and they could work on some of the things that are contributing to the symptoms and, recover to a certain degree. You know, the same thing with narcissistic tendencies. There's a difference between people being self absorbed and people who are like classic narcissists who they want everything bigger and better than everybody else and they don't care how they get that. And you got your covert narcissists, which are kind of, they feign helplessness and kind of do like the reverse behavior of a conventional narcissist. And once again, those are diagnoses that not a lot of people actually have, like a narcissistic personality disorder diagnosis. But um, many of us in the society that we live in have some extremely self absorbed and narcissistic traits. And in my own personal experience, because of like the nature of my past and things that happened to me, I have developed a lot of self absorbed narcissistic traits that have been um, getting in the way of me being a better person for my family and for my friends and workmates and people that I love. And, um, I'm not downplaying like what that was like for those people and for me, but I am like just making a distinction between things that respond to treatment and things that don't necessarily respond easily to treatment. If someone has like a true, like the 1% of people who have like a true diagnosis of narcissistic personality disorder, treatment, that's a lifetime thing. And like they're at the point where they literally have no empathy for anyone at all under any circumstances. And they literally do view the people in their lives as objects that are there just to feed their ego. And that is so firmly embedded in their personality that it's very difficult for them and for the people who uh, try and stick with them. Same kind of thing with borderline personality disorder. There are subgroups within that, and I think, and I'm not a professional in any way, shape, or form, and I have not even studied it academically. This is just what I've, you know, learn from watching YouTube videos and reading stuff on, uh, what I would consider to be like okay sources, not necessarily, you know, clickbait stuff, I guess. A disorder is something that's going to be there forever, and but traits and people that exhibit depression or codependency or self-absorption, uh, lack of empathy, sometimes those are predicated by stress and trauma. So that's just something that I've been thinking about. Yeah. Okay.